Go City, I hope we learned a lesson about doing that, and the NFL won't ever do that again. Officiating was hands down the shittiest that I have ever seen. Just awful. DeAndre Hopkins should have had a 60-yard touchdown out of the gate. Would have helped me in so many places. I overdrafted him this year, of course. The players couldn't breathe. Amari Cooper didn't show up until late. Man, it was just a brutal game. I hope that we pull back the reins on going out of the country for games. Get your own football team. Get your own NFL. You know, I guess that's the idea, is to inspire, but have your own team, maybe. Come play us. Yeah. Then develop into your own league. Injuries plagued us this week. When I saw A.J. Green go down, I just thought, well, there goes my championship. One league. It's just a massive blow. Gio Bernard, yeah, you know, he's hit or miss, but he's a lot of people are using him. You know? And then you have Andrew Luck with the concussion, Jay Cutler's. It's not a huge deal, but it probably is for Jordan Howard. You know, it's that's a bad injury. Then Shady, man, back in the day, players used to go back in the game with the freaking broken neck. It's a dislocated thumb. On not even your ball-carrying hand. Pop it back in, wrap it up, and get your ass back in the game. The NFL has turned into a bunch of, you know what the word. I know that they're guarding against losing money and trying to stay healthy and play the game longer and make more money because the money isn't guaranteed. I get that. But it seems like there's a lot more individuals now than there were, you know, in the 90s or in the 80s and the 70s. It was more a team game. And we created that. We did. Fantasy football created that. It's our fault. There's a lot of individuals out there. But some of the injuries, you know, are just people can play through them. Oh, man. CJ Prosise going down is a big deal for Thomas Rawls. We get to see him, you know, full go. Everything on him. But, you know, he's injury prone too. So, Austin Collins, I guess, is the ad. We'll see what happens there. I think Rawls can really get it done, but like I said, he's injury prone too. We've seen it firsthand. But the injuries this weekend are. I know I'm missing a few. They killed us. There were so many underperformers last week. So many, but one in particular that just I could not understand was Martellus Bennett. No Gronk. San Francisco. Just what the hell? He is so up and down. So up and down. You know, when he has a big game, he has a big game. And a lot of times he doesn't. And it's a terrible game. But everybody thought he was going to have a big game. And of course not. Of course not. Of course not. The Detroit Lions. What what happened? It's Jacksonville. They're so bad. I mean, they're bad enough for Detroit to run back a interception, all that good jazz. And that's great if you took a flyer in DFS on the Lions defense, but man, offensively, they could not get anything done. I mean, it was just horrible for the receivers. Yeah, Theo Riddick had a pretty good game, but then they get it down to the one, and Eric Ebron runs the ball in on a jet sweep. Yeah, what the shit? That was the most disappointing deal that I've seen. Tate and Marvin Jones doing absolutely nothing, doing poo-poo against Jacksonville. Poo-poo. It's terrible. It's terrible. What are you doing? What are you doing? How about those Cowboys, though? I'm telling you, man, we're good. That's a good defense, and they had us pretty shut down right there in the first half. But Dak prevailed. He came through. You know, we do have a team that can go all the way. I guarantee you we do. And it's a great year to do it because there's not very many good teams. I mean, you look at the landscape. There's Seattle, there's New England, and there's Oakland, in my opinion. So this is the year to do it. If we could take down the Patriots in the Super Bowl, that'd be great. That'd be great. But we'll probably have to face off against Seattle again, which we could beat them. Zeke just comes through no matter what. He is matchup proof. He's the definition of matchup proof. Dez got really involved, which I knew he was, with Smith out for Baltimore. The run game for Baltimore just wasn't there. I had higher hopes for Kenneth Dixon, but Steve Smith is he's just a beast. He's always been a beast. He's a beast again. You're starting him every week. I mean, the dude is a competitor. I think that Mike Wallace could have had a bigger game, but we did pretty good at holding him in check. But yeah, them Cowboys, they go in places. They are. It looks like you no longer have to worry about Russell Wilson. He is back and killing it. So, and his favorite target again is Doug Baldwin. I kind of figured this would happen towards the end of the season. It's the Doug Baldwin show, Russell Wilson show. But you know, you can roll that pair out there every week. I'm pretty impressed with that. And Carson Wentz is not good. He fell off. And Brian Matthews hurt. Darren Sproles hurt. So Wendell Smallwood is supposedly going to be the guy. But man, Doug Peterson is turning into Shanahan, Belichick, all of that jazz. It's awful. You never know what he's going to do with the running backs. So a lot like Sean Payton. That is just a mess. Ingram came out with a concussion, or evaluated for a concussion. No, it's really not official. But it looks like Tim Hightower is the guy. And I would feel, well, he might not be the guy, but the guy that I would feel better about rolling out there. Definitely. So I was disappointed with that entire Thursday night game. That was just, for fantasy, it was just horrific. What else is new? But coming down the stretch, I think Drew Brees is going to be Drew Brees. That hopefully was his last relatively bad game. How about Rashad Jennings just tearing the club up? I hate his face. I hate it. Like, where did you come from? Where have you been? It's like when I needed you the most, you weren't there for me. You bitch. But of course he had like 20 something points this week on my bench because I didn't trust him. and it nearly cost me a game. I thought it was going to cost me a game pretty much until Amari Cooper went nuts at the end of the game. But man, yeah, Jennings looks good. That Giants offense looks pretty good. They tried to screw it up and let Cut beat them, but yeah, it was. There's some crazy games this past week, and I know I didn't cover very many of them. Just getting some thoughts out while I'm making rounds. So have a good one.